welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. If you vibe with the vibe, please like, comment and subscribe. Please don't leave out the last part. And if you're coming back, even if it's one person, I appreciate you guys and thank you for sticking on the journey with me. Tell a friend to tell a friend, and let us get right into the video. The topic for the day is judging. Realize that it's a part of Jamaica culture to judge people, quote unquote judge. We judge people a lot, and I say we because sometimes I find myself doing it, and I have to pull myself back and say, don't do that. Because the truth is, you never know the reality of what somebody else is going through, and most of the times you're an outsider. If once it's not your world, and you're looking from the outside in on somebody else's life, you are basically observing. You don't necessarily know the detail of what the person is experiencing, or have enough information to put your 2 senses. No matter how much you feel like you know about a person, no matter how much you think you know, you never have enough about somebody's life. Even if me and you are sister and brother, I never have enough things to know about your life, because I'm not the one living it, to say okay, I can judge you based off what I am seeing. Because 9 times out of 10, that is not the whole reality. Don't get me wrong, it's okay to form an opinion, it's okay to have freedom of speech. If you see something, it's okay for, based on what you see, to say, hey, say me not like that, or I would not wear that, or that doesn't look nice to me. But to overstep that and to try to convince another person that, hey, they don't like this, or what you're doing is wrong, or you're stupid, or you're foolish, or whatever it is, to call people out of them names simply because their reality is not something that you can understand, or their reality is not something that you would necessarily do in your reality. And that's completely fine. It's okay to have an opinion, but it's not okay to try to project that opinion on others, and to let others feel less than, and think that because they are doing something that your life is so much better, and let this person feel like they're the worst and they're nothing because of the choices that they're making. Because at the end of the day, guys, I just feel like life overall, everybody's journey is different. While I might learn something and understand something, and how I understand something, it will all, I don't know, we hear me say this countless time in a YouTube video them, it's gonna be very different from how a next person understand life, from how a next person understand stuff. So therefore, experiences are going to be different, people are going to make different choices, and that shouldn't be something that you should look down on. That shouldn't be, not because it's not something that you would do. Never be the person to like look at a person's situation and say, oh, them are go through that, and before them do this, them just stupid, them not no sense, why the hell them a do that, or whatever. Well, I might say, well, sometimes in life it is best to do this or best to do that, or well, if it was me, I wouldn't do that because this is why it would work for me. While I will say that I will never bash them for their choices, their life. It's their life, it's people's life, and you really have to truly let people live their life. Because at the end of the day, no matter what you do in this life, whether good or you do bad, people are going to talk. You do something good, them find the worst. Say somebody tell me, I have to wonder, oh, them come up with the narrative what them having at them head. You do something bad, them still have something to say. So you have to really try the journey, learn the experiences, and just focus on your life. I feel like people just are, a lot of people feel, especially Christians, some Christians, them just feel like, say, them need to have an opinion, them need to have a say into your person. And guys, I don't get it. For the people them want make people life bad on, how, why? Let's really talk about it. What is it about somebody else's life that plagues you, that itch your skin, that let you feel like you have so much right and obligation, even people that you don't know, to to give your 2 senses to them, or if you make them feel bad about what them do, or who are you? We really and truly have to learn to leave people alone. We really and truly need to just learn to leave people alone. If nobody asks you for no advice, don't give it to them. Guys, me learned that the hard way. See, people don't ask you for advice, don't give it to them. You will stress yourself and you will lose yourself. If people don't want your advice, if people did not ask for your opinion, keep it to yourself. Form your opinion within yourself and keep it there. But if a man never come to yourself and say, give me look advice on this, what am I supposed to do? Rest it. Rest it. Just leave it. It have nothing to do with you. You understand? If somebody come to you and want a listening ears and them a vent, let them vent. Let them vent. You can give your 2 senses and say, boy, at the end of the day, you have to ask yourself what you want. That's my favorite line, you know, my best friend can tell you. And so when my best friend come to me about anything, my favorite line to her is this. Well, bestie, you have to know what is right for you. While I think this is not right, or what this is not wrong, or whatever, and while I think you might deserve better, or while I think my end statement will always be this: you have to know what is best for you. Because as much as my best friend can come tell me things, as much as my best friend you come and say Rosie this that Riri and Tay, it all boils back down to what she is experiencing, what she is living, and her decision. The most I can do is give her listening ears. If she asks me my advice, I probably put me 2 senses and say, bestie, from where I'm standing, based on what I see, this is what I think. But at the end of the day, your choices are yours. You have to make the decision to say if you want this for yourself or if you don't want it for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you don't want to live your life. You understand? And you don't want to live your life. And I always tell my best friend that. You get me? And you have to understand that. You have to really understand. And that was something that was hard for me. Because me personally, I don't really like to see, I don't like to see nobody when me close to go through certain things. And I had to separate myself from that. Hey Rosie, you know, say yes, you're gonna feel it deeply, but at the end of the day you still have to allow people to live them life. And I would not distant, but I just don't get angry or mad anymore when, you know, I don't internalize it, because it's not my pain to internalize. It's not my struggle to internalize, you know. I'll always be here. I'll always listen. I will always give my 2 senses if it's asked for. I'll always show my love. I'll always give my support. But I no longer internalize, because sometimes we feel like we need to carry with friends. This will come after pick a little bit, but I'm still gonna talk. Sometimes I feel like we need to carry with friend them struggle. And yes, it's okay to carry your friend's struggle, but how do you carry it? Don't carry it in a way where you're internalizing it. Carry it in a way where you can support them. Carry it in a way where you can give good feedbacks, you understand? And not feedbacks because this is what you would want for them, but feedback that will redirect them in making their own decision, and for them to reflect and to think on what is best instead of judging, you know, instead of saying, oh, you're stupid, oh, you're idiot, oh, you're this, oh, you're that. Instead of doing that, take a step back and just say, okay, why is it that this person really go back, or why is it that this person feel like them supposed to give a million chances, or what it is? Because believe it or not, there's a psychological reason behind it, whether it's neglect, whether it's attachment, whether them do with the person for years and they've already built something and the love is there, whatever it is. For some people that is hard, and whatever the reason is, you understand, you cannot internalize that, because that is not your life. It's not your life. The end of the day, I feel them life, but you can help them carry the weight by being supportive, giving love, giving strength, being a shoulder to cry on. And if you're going to give advice, don't give the advice in the way that you're telling them what to do. give advice for them to redirect them in making their own choices, their own decision, and for them to look inward and say, okay, you know that Rosie said this to me though, and did it make sense for me? Probably yes, probably no. She said this to me, but you know, little sense in it. What me can take from this and head. Give advice in those ways. So for example, your friend come to you and say, you know, say the man cheat on me. Instead of, yeah, idiot, left the man. Don't make the man bring you down. Don't make the man do this. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because I guarantee you them not go left them man. Some woman will, but 95% of the woman, them not going to left them man. They're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. All you need to do is give a listening ears, give comfort, focus on what the pain of what they're saying. Them are going to feel hurt. Them are going to feel betrayed. You understand? Support them in that regard. You understand? Let them know that what happened to them, they did not deserve it. You understand? Give your support. And if them ask for your 2 cents and if they ask for your advice, say to them that, well, this is what me do. I will say something like, well, what happened was not right at the end of the day. You have to know your worth. You have to know your values. You have to know what your boundaries are. You're the words may I use? Because some people worth is different, some people worth is and values is different, and it's probably different from yours. What you might accept, another person might not accept it. What they will accept, you might not accept it. So that is why I use my words very, very particular when I am giving advice. I always say, you know your worth, you know what your values are, and you have to ask yourself the question, if this what you went through, if it's something that you want to tolerate, or what are you going to do to move forward? If you decide to Ray, what are you gonna do to move forward? You understand? Individually first, because I will always say, love yourself first, right? Individually first, and if you decide to go back to the man or decide to go back to the woman, and as a couple. You understand? How now I go navigate and how now I go work through that. Those are the advice I give. I don't take up myself. And I don't tell people. I don't take up myself and I don't tell people if left them man or vex. One time I used to me never tell nobody to left them man, but one time I used to feel so hurt when time, you know, me see my friend them go through certain things and then go back. But as I said before, I stop internalizing stuff. I just give advice for them, and I help carry the way, but I don't carry it in a way where I am behaving like I am the one living their life, you know. And I will say, listen, you have to know what is best for you. You have to ask yourself, is this something that you can live with? You have to ask yourself, how is it that I'm going to regain my strength, my worth? One thing we always say, love yourself first. And if you realize that if it's what somebody is doing to you is jeopardizing your peace of mind, your love, don't get me wrong. Doesn't mean that if a person jeopardizes something, doesn't mean that it cannot be fixed, right? But if you know the situation that you're in and your sister Ray, you are obligated to make your own choices. So the advice that mama always give is always surrounding that nature, is always saying, hey, look, you can't believe it or not, guys, you know, when somebody there and them do something, you have to even if you stay with them, you know, you really have to regain your strength, you know, you have to rebuild yourself, you know. And that is also a journey that you have to do together, and that is something that you also have to do individually. Because when people do certain stuff, it breaks you down. You understand? But at the end of the day, I will never judge. I will, as me say, maybe say something wrong, maybe say me not agree with it, but me not gonna make you feel as if you're less than or you're stupid for making the choices that you're making, or no. Because to be honest, if you really look on it, all of us have our struggles, and that is why this is the number one reason why I don't judge. All of us have our struggles. It might, for somebody else, it might be a relationship struggle. For somebody else, it might be insecurity with their body. For somebody else, it might be financial struggle. For somebody else, it might be emotional struggle. All of us have our struggle. And sometimes we want to look from people in a relationship and say, oh, them might choose a man who do this to them don't love themselves. You insecure about yourself, and you not get up every day and talk about motivate yourself, and you not get up every day and speak life in yourself, and you not get up every day and tell yourself, say, you're beautiful and you're loved. You're not doing that. You're prefer to sit down and dwelling at the insecurity. You don't love yourself. So not because you want, there's no difference between nothing. We love to differentiate things and love bring down people. No. So while our next female might be out there dealing with the struggle of choosing a man again after he did her wrong and hurt her, you probably don't have that struggle to deal with. You probably have strength in that regard. But when you the woman, you have some unhealed trauma where you don't feel like if you go to therapy, you go deal with it. And you know you're supposed to go to therapy. People are telling us you need to go to therapy and get the help. But you choose for the home every day. You choose to stay home and cry about it. You choose to wallow in a depression. You don't love yourself. Because you know what to do, but you don't want to do it. So since you don't want to take that road, then make you really go down in night. There are so many things that we can look and to say that we don't love ourselves, including me. But we have to give ourselves grace. There's no straight line to life. There's no perfect picture to this life. We all have our areas of struggle, and you really and truly have to accept it. So while you met the woman, I look upon somebody and I judge them for something else, there is something in your life. It might not be the same thing that they're struggling, but there's something in your life that you need to work on. There's something in your life that you need to fix. There's something in your life that you need to love on yourself more about. There's something in your life that you need to give yourself grace about. But no, you don't like feel left for no life alone. And the moment you see a loophole in somebody else's life, you don't want to pick at it, point it out. And because I know the same thing what you go through, you don't think it is different. It's not different. I feel like all of us as individuals can do better as individuals for ourselves, for the people around us, for our family, for our relationship, for every aspect of our lives. So that is why I don't judge. I do not judge. Me not judge. Me not do it. I don't do it. I don't do it. Might give me opinion and might give me 2 senses, but I'm not gonna ever see a situation that somebody is going through. And while me research for myself, so me not do it, there's also something that I need to work on. There's also probably me have something in my life I need to work on. Probably me still struggling with something from my past, and I know it's struggling with me, and it allows me to not be very kind sometimes, and I know that, and I still don't work on it. You know, I hear the truth. Yeah. So yeah. Not because some situation is different. We are all human beings. We all have our struggles, and we all have things to work on. You understand? Life is not a straight line. And if you ever think so, it will humble you. We have a beam in our eye. All of we have a beam in our eye. If you feel like you don't have a beam in your eye, you're wrong. My beam might be different from your beam, but you have a beam. And if we all could focus on being better version of ourselves, picking the beam out of our eyes, giving grace to each other, showing love to each other without judging each other. Not saying that you're not supposed to give people good advice or solid advice, or if you have an opinion, share it. But share it with grace. And if they don't feel like taking your advice, if they don't feel like taking your opinion, that is fine. Don't hold it against them. Don't try to don't project what you want for them onto them. Because what you want for them is not necessarily what is best for them. You are not God. You are not God. So you might think you know what is best for somebody you probably don't know. And it all boils back down to that. So guys, don't judge. Let people go through what they need to go through. Let they walk their own journey. Let they walk their own lesson. Let they climb their own milestone. You have your journey to walk on. You have your milestone to walk on. You have things that you need to do in your life. Focus on that. No, I'm not saying you cannot have freedom of speech. You are obligated to that. You're obligated to your opinion. But share those things with love. Why if your intention, and I will say this, if your intention behind giving somebody's advice or your opinion is to bring them down, don't give it. Because you are not doing anything good. You might think you're doing something good, you're not doing anything good. If your opinion that you're giving and your advice that you're giving to somebody is because you want them to take it and actually do it, and not for them to actually just hear it, see if it's beneficial to them, yes or no. No, give it to them. Don't give it to them. Do not give it to them. If you're gonna give advice to somebody, to make them feel bad about themselves, to belittle them, to make them feel like they're stupid, if that's your intention, do not give it to them. And if you're not giving it from a place of love, don't give it to them. And when you give it from a place of love, don't give it from a place of love and expect them to take it. And if they not take it, you're vexed with them. It's not your life. You cannot live them life for them. And you cannot internalize somebody else's life, so that if they don't listen to you, you feel like you're vexed with them and you want to go in feel feelings, or that it drains you. Cause don't get me wrong, I understand when some people say them friends drain them because them go through this or whatever. Guys, I used to be there. But once you become mature, you don't internalize people's pain, people's struggle. You can help them carry the weight with grace and with love, but you cannot internalize it because it's not your life. At the end of the day, they're going to do what they think is best for them. They have to carry that weight as well. They have to carry that weight. You shouldn't be carrying that weight. The weight what you're supposed to carry is to be supportive. And if it's something that you're saying, if it's a case where it's draining you, respectfully say to your friend, hey friend, say our family, hey, that while I can give a listening ears, I really don't have much to say on this topic because Riri and Tati. While I might give a listening ears if it's something drastic. And one thing with me, guys, I always redirect people if you go work it out with them partner. What if them put them partner up on a bed pedestal? Me always I go say, you guys have to work it out, because at the end of the day, when head and head meet, when pum pum start jump, when teeth and tongue meet, and them are gonna pick them partner. So I always say, I'm gonna work it out. My best friend can tell you. I will always say, work it out. You understand? Give me 2 senses and maybe say, well, you and them have to go work it out. You just have to allow people to work out things. Not everything if you involve yourself in. If it's bad, help them to console them, hug them, hush them. And when you're done, you don't deserve this. You deserve better. You understand? If you're the person where you're there with, if you're supposed to treat you better, you might go treat you better. You understand? But don't accept, don't tolerate, set a boundary, set a regard. You understand? Build up yourself. And I will say, you too work it out. Because at the end of the day, they are the one living that life. That's their experiences. You understand? Outside a relationship, guys, don't look down on what people have got through. Don't look down on somebody where you see in a school for years and you come out of school. That's not your business. That's not your business. You don't know why. You don't know what happened while they're still in school. A lot of us like to compare our life with others, and we find the things that are less than us or what we're going through, and try to let them feel bad about themselves. Don't do that. If a person in a higher job and I do want local, somebody else I do local supermarket, don't let them find them supermarket job. Because No man is an island, no man stand alone. Guys, have a blessed day. I love you guys, I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.